Solidarity and good health from the Mindanao State University here in Marawi City. The MSU community is in gratitude to have come this far and now warmly welcomes the coming of a new dawn of a promising leadership in the system. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the entry of the academic procession. The processional is headed by the Investiture Marshal, Professor
Kaunan man. Ay pa, katong wire.
Honorable Usman D.
Sama, nabot po siya. Sige lang, madugan pa lang.
Honorable Mary Joyce D. Ginto Sali, represented by the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Benedicto L. Maratas. Honorable Aliziti M. Bitokalan. Honorable Carl Kendrick D. Chua, represented by the Undersecretary Mercedia A. Sumbia. Honorable Tina Rosemary L. Kanda, represented by the Assistant Secretary Achilles Herald Bravo. Honorable Attorney Luja Guro. The University Registrar, Director Anzano Ampo, with the Chancellor's name. The University Secretary, Attorney Shubin T. Abatan, with the University President's name. With your resounding round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, our honoree, the President of the University System, Honorable SULUTAN Basari D. Mapupuno, with the Governor, Dr. Bumbet Alonso Abion. This ceremony has now come to order. A moment of silence for the invocation to be led by Professor Muhammad Jihan M. Makarambuan, faculty member from the King Faisal Center for Islamic, Arabic and Asian Studies, and special assistant to the Office of the President.
Let us all open our hearts and minds as we invoke the divine presence of the Almighty. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين الضالين اللهم آمين. Ya Allah, we ask you with your beautiful names and exalted attributes, and we thank you for all the countless blessings you have provided us, and for being present in this memorable and momentous event, the investiture ceremony of the 8th regular president of the Mindanao State University System, SULUTAN, Atty. Basari D. Mapupuno. Ya Allah, we thank you sincerely and endlessly for entrusting our MSU and for choosing for us a dynamic and visionary leader whose heart really belongs to MSUS and its constituents. Ya Allah, we ask you to protect our President Basari and his family. Guide him and grant him all the means to uplift and maintain the standard of excellence of our institution. Bestow upon him the wisdom to have the best decisions in all of these affairs, and surround him with people who have the pure intention to help him develop, maintain, and protect our institution. And Ya Allah, grant all of us here today the true risk of faith, humility, and sincerity, and save us all from greed, hypocrisy, arrogance, and evils of our self-desires. Lastly, Ya Allah, we ask you to bless all of us here today and make this ceremony for us as a rebirth of righteousness and blessings, a rebirth of love, dignity, and honor, and a rebirth of welfare and success through your love, and accept for us these humble prayers with your mercy, O merciful. Allahumma ameen. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the entry of colors from the NSTP-ROTC cadet officials, and please remain standing for the national anthem to be rendered by the university band. To formally open this momentous affair of our esteemed university, please help me welcome with your warm applause the Vice President for Academic Affairs and also the overall chairperson of the committee for this investiture rites, Dr. Atty.
And the name of God, the most gracious, the most beneficent. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please accept our greetings of peace. To all our distinguished guests, to our honoree today, to the honorable members of the Board of Regents, fellow faculty, staff, dear students, friends, relatives, and supporters of our new University President, ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Atty, MSU System Vice President for Academic Affairs. For this morning, it is my distinct honor and privilege to warmly welcome all of you to this very special occasion. What is an investiture? Some people ask me. A quick Google search will tell us it is an academic ceremony, the installation of a new university president. It is a ceremony of dignity with many academic traditions and protocols. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the investiture of the 8th University President of the Mindanao State University, President Atty. Basari D. Mapupuno.
from our distinguished members of the MSU Board of Regents. For her message, let us welcome with your applause the President of the MSU Alumni Association, Honorable Regent Rodora N. Ingles.
Mr. President, please allow me to warmly congratulate you once again for being appointed 8th President of the MSU System. You took your oath of office last March as such. Today, we celebrate your investiture, at which ceremony honors are formally and rightfully conferred on you. Sir, I did not have the opportunity to know you earlier when you were first connected with the university. But from our recent encounters during that memorable meet and greet event for you, hosted by some MSUans in Metro Manila, during your first meeting with the DOR last March 19 and 21, and when MSU AD officers at our very pleasant courtesy call last May 13, you struck me as someone very friendly, humble yet sharp, frank yet gentle, open yet cautious. You possess qualities that I believe would raise you up as you face this extremely challenging position that is entrusted in you.
Honorable Regent Mario J. Aguja.
The test of true leadership is not what becomes of us, but how we make a meaningful difference in the lives of others without losing our soul. Our honoree today, President Basari Mapupuno, members of the Board of Regents, honored guests, relatives and friends, colleagues in the academy, ladies and gentlemen. May my greetings of peace be with you all. Assalamualaikum, kalinaw kaninyong tanan. Mr. President, sa ngalan ng kaguruan ng pamantasan, aking ng karangalan na ipaabot ang aming pagbati sa inyong pagkahirap bilang ikawalong Pangulo ng ating pamantasan. Alam namin na hindi madali na mahirang bilang Pangulo, ngunit lalong hindi maging madali ang naging tunay na Pangulo ng pamantasan. As I told you when we first met, good luck. May you have the best of time and the best of health.
From the President of the Federation of MSU Supreme Student Council Organizations, Honorable Regent Suwaidi A. Ibrahim.
To the newly appointed President of the Mindanao State University System, Honorable Atty. Basari D. It is my great pride and honor to witness this historic occasion of the Mindanao State University System, the investiture of the new administration under the leadership of Atty. Basari Mapupuno. And for a student regent in Maguindanao to be conveying a message to President Mapupuno, who is the first ever student regent of the Mindanao State University. I felt at ease because I know that the new administration will lead the MSU system on to greater heights. When we had the chance to discuss the future plans of the Federation of the Supreme Student Councils with President Mapupuno during the action planning meeting of the Supreme Student Councils here in MSU Main Campus, I have witnessed a leader that is dynamic and authentically progressive. I have seen him the qualities of a servant and democratic leader, a leader who listens without judgment, a leader who provides students the opportunity to participate in the decision-making process, a leader who welcomes different ideas of the students, and a leader who is willing to sacrifice for the greater good.
A round of applause, please. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now witness the investiture of Attorney Basari D. Mapupuno as the 8th Mindanao State University President.
Ladies and gentlemen, the investiture will be officiated by the honorable members of the Board of Regents. We will begin with the reading of the scroll.
Grace presents. Whereas, by virtue of the signing of the appointment of Attorney Basari D. Mapupuno as regular president of the Mindanao State University System with a 6-year term of office, effective March 9, 2022, released with the seal of the Office of the President, Republic of the Philippines, the celebrant honoree received the reign of leadership of the institution from the former President, Dr. Habib W. Macaayo, in a peaceful, formal turnover ceremony held on March 10, 2022. Whereas, the warm and ebullient welcome of the MSU constituents and the larger community, as well as the various campuses of the Mindanao State University System, attests to the full trust and confidence in the leadership of Attorney Mapupuno as the new MSU System President. Whereas, the MSU Board of Regents, in a meeting for the first quarter of the year, held on March 21, 2022, manifested their patent recognition of the appointment and leadership of Attorney Mapupuno as 8th MSU System President. Now therefore, be it resolved, as it is hereby resolved, that under the foregoing auspices, Attorney Basari D. Mapupuno is formally installed as the 8th regular MSU System President with a 6-year term in this investiture, conducted with all the dignity and solemnity befitting this august ceremony, and witnessed by the academic privilege, members of the Board of Regents, system and campus officials, and local and national government leaders. Signed, Honorable Prospero E. Guevara III, PhD, Chairman, Commission on Higher Education, attested by Attorney Sidit T. Abantas, University Secretary, BOR Secretary.
By the ceremonial presentation. Ceremonial presentation of the appointment of the President. Honorable Attorney Modalities Guru, the representative of the Honorable Regent Minister Mohager Iqbal, will present the original appointment document of Attorney Basari D. Mapupuno as President of the Mindanao State University. Honorable Regent Grace Ali and Honorable Regent Swahili A. Ibrahim will don the President's medallion.
Mr. President, I am giving you this medallion as a symbol of your appointment as University President. This medallion consists of all the seals of the 11 campuses of the MSU system.
This medallion also serves as a symbol of the oneness of the Mindanao State University system.
The Chancellor's mace and the President's mace. Honorable Regent, Professor Dr. Mario J. Abuha will hand the Chancellor's mace to be assisted by the University Registrar, Dr. Ansad Ampu.
Mr. President, I'm handing you the Chancellor's mace as a symbol of your authority as Chancellor of the Mindanao State University Main Campus, Malawi. This ritual confers you all the powers, duties, and responsibilities of the office of the University Chancellor.
Secretary Achilles Bravo will hand the President's mace to be assisted by the Secretary of the University and of the Board of Regents, Atty. Shini Cabantas, or yours truly.
Of your authority as President of the Mindanao State University. This ritual confers you all the powers, duties, and responsibilities of the office of the new President.
As symbols of my powers and responsibilities as a President of the Mindanao State. I hereby solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of the University President and of all others that I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. that I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines, and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the 8th President of the Mindanao State University, Atty. Basari D. Mapupuno.
Honorable members of the Board of Regents, MSU System officials, chancellors and heads of other campuses of MSU System, campus officials and faculty, local Chief Executives of Lanao del Sur, headed by the Honorable Dr. Mamintal A. Atty. Jr., local chief officials of the provinces of Lanao del Norte and Maguindanao, our former president, Makapado Muslim, I saw him. Justice Anissa Amanuddin of the Court of Appeals, Congressman-elect Zia Alonto, former COMELEC Commissioner Ilyas Yusuf, General Jose Maria Cuerpo, sir, PNP Provincial Director Jedi Bukayao, thank you, sir. The Council of Datus and Bais, they are there, the Sultans. My former co-workers in the National Prosecution Service, Department of Justice, my mother, of course, my mother-in-law, my wife, and my daughter. Esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Before my message, I would like you to know something about this messenger. By nature, I am more a transmitter than an iconoclast, upsetting established beliefs and institutions or breaking old images. As a Maranao leader, steeped in the cherished traditions of my people, I have learned to respect and value the past as prelude. Instinctively, I find a model in Confucius, specifically his concept of the superior man, the Chun Tzu. This is a fusion of the old and the new. To noble birth, which was a requisite for one to be anointed a ruler, Confucius added character developed through learning and culture. The master sage of China offered the Sun Tzu, an aristocrat and a man of character and learning, as the ideal ruler. It is Confucius' high valuation of learning that should have greater resonance with us all. About 4 millenniums after, we hear the same pronouncements echoed even more emphatically by leading lights in education. The purpose of seeking university education is summed up as follows: character, culture, and knowledge. Islam puts a premium on learning. The first divine command received by the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Iqra, read. Ability to read needed to understand the Word of God. From the same Surah Al-Alaq is this verse: teacheth man that which he does not know. The Holy Quran and Hadith abound in numerous reminders about the importance of learning. Talabul ilm farida. Seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself said, "The search for knowledge is the responsibility of all Muslims, and the ink of the scholar is holier than the blood of the martyr." Of greater urgency in later times, particularly this epoch, which Marshall McLuhan refers to as the electronic age, is education. More than the literacy needed to understand the Word of God or to appreciate the classics prescribed by Confucius, education that develops critical literacy is crucial. According to the revolutionary educator, by reading the Word, one is able to read the world. When one is able to make sense of many things in the world, like socio-political and economic realities, one becomes empowered. One equipped with essential understanding or knowledge can freely participate in the life of society. He can get involved in the political process or the formation of public policy. Knowledge now is the good sought, coveted, and traded. Ours is a knowledge-based economy. Thus, the centrality of universities in modern society or the life of the nation is not a subject for dispute. However, what have generated continuing discourse are the purposes or the uses to which a university should be put. What is clear is the university is no longer limited to the function or duty of producing graduates or to serve as stepping stones to a niche position in church, as in the medieval period and in subsequent ages in the government or in the various professions. In the past 5 decades, many premier universities in different parts of the world have asserted their primary raison d'etre as institution of higher learning. Institution of higher learning is the creation of or generation of knowledge. They even wish to be known as research universities. Leading universities in Asia like Tohoku Kyoto University and National University of Singapore are building their economic reputation based on original work or groundbreaking research conducted by their faculty and senior students in environmental studies, energy science, information technology, tropical marine life, and other fields. Asian universities are fast catching up with Western global universities like Stanford and University of Berkeley, California, in offering courses of study and investing in collaborative research that address the challenges of interconnected or globalized world and advanced science for the benefit of all humanity. In addition to the foregoing, there are other roles taken on by academic institutions like the Mindanao State University. The Mindanao State University was created by virtue of Republic Act number 1387 as amended for a unique mission. Since its inception in 1961, it was conceived as a national peace university, a policy instrument of the government to address the long-festering Mindanao problem and bring enduring peace and development to the region through educational opportunities to the Muslim groups and indigenous peoples of Mindanao and facilitate their integration into the national body politic. Since classes started in 1962, the once single campus and now a university system with 11 campuses strategically located in 4 regions. Thousands of graduates have passed through its portals and made their careers or fortunes in different parts of the world. Each MSU graduate is imbued with a sense of mission. They embody the dream and message of peace of the Mindanao State University. A true blue MSUan, I feel honored, privileged, and humbled, and grateful beyond words to serve as an instrument in continuing the noble quest that gives this beloved institution its reason for being. It is a daunting responsibility considering the difficulties and complications created by the pandemic, like healthcare system strained beyond the limits, loss of jobs and the social ills this spawns, and economic meltdown that many countries have to grapple with. However, we will not be deterred by the so-called apocalyptic works or skeptical prognostications of self-styled prophets of doom. There are promising auspices like the rich harvest of our College of Law, a large number of successful takers of the bar, 155 throughout the system, and 46 in the main campus. More recently, summa cum laude Nor Hafiza Abinal placed 5th in the accountancy licensure examination. I take this as auguries of brighter days to come, more graduates will notch up records or achievements. The thought fills me with hope and excitement. We cannot fail such students. We are committed to provide them the most supportive learning environment within our power to develop the nature, to nurture them and motivate them to develop their full human potential. Like Chrysler's Lee Iacocca, I firmly believe that the key to success of any organization or institution cannot be other than people. And this conviction is reflected in the order of priorities or agenda I have set for my administration in the next 6 years. The most important component of a supportive learning environment, which is what every campus of the Mindanao State University should be, is the living agents, the faculty and researchers. No university can rise above the quality of its human resources, in particular, the teaching force. The university must invest in the development of its faculties into the best and the brightest, and most productive too. A highly motivated teaching force of unquestionable moral, intellectual caliber does not happen in a vacuum. It is the university leadership's project. A project in progress. As MSU System President, I see this as a conditio sine qua non of academic excellence and learning and earning a world-class status. Once this essential is met, as pointed out in the first 3 on my 10-point agenda titled One MSU on a Common Quest, the rest follows. Taking bolder strides towards academic excellence, ensure a secure, peaceful, supportive, and enabling environment that creates an atmosphere of conducive to effective teaching, learning, creativity, and innovations with the ultimate purpose of developing students' full human potential. Encourage further studies of faculty in reputable universities here and abroad to build a dynamic, innovative, and modern teaching force. Periodically review and revise curricula to attune this to the dynamism and professional needs of the country and service areas of MSU campuses, as well as keeping this geared to the demands of a global economy. Continue efforts to identify and remove barriers that inhibit the development of transdisciplinary perspective and scholarship, curricular innovation and experimentation, and providing incentive for such academic pursuits. Encourage publishing in reputable high-impact refereed journals and adapting monitoring, evaluation, and reorientation toward academic excellence as essential mechanism or parts of organizations' internal control system. Strengthening research, extension, innovation, and production. will serve as a vehicle for change in the communities to adopt sustainable development, ecotourism, and environment-friendly alternatives to help address community problems, provide fresh stimulus to research through an incentive package to generate new knowledge, introduce innovation, and set up publication or production. Foster production of cultural and innovative communities that shall create business opportunities. Provide technopreneurial extension services to the communities for livelihood and skills enhancement designed for poverty alleviation, food security, and self-reliance. Establish various research centers for the following concerns: Lake Lanao Watershed Center, Climate Change and Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Center, Halal Food Production Research Center, Gender Development Center, Innovations in Pedagogy and Learning Outcomes Assessment, Tropical and Subtropical Research and Conservation, Language and Social Science Research Hub, Concepts, Solutions, and Idea Incubation, MSU Center for Peace, Education, and Center for Transformational Entrepreneurship, and 11, Revival of the Mindanao Executive Development Academy for short-term training of local executives. Promoting MSU System as a national peace university by relentlessly unflagging pursuits of initiatives of the university as national peace in education. The university will serve as a bastion for the promotion of peace advocacy and sustainable development, and see to society's transformation into a culture of peace. Increase partnership and collaboration with various stakeholders in crafting and implementing peace and research development programs, extension service, and research. Improve existing facilities and human resource devoted to peace and development across the MSU system. Integration of peace lens in more programs or activities of the MSU system. Lead in the training of faculty for the teaching of fundamentals of peace education in various HEIs, particularly the SUCs. Constant improvement and innovation in peace education, peace research, and peace actions in various campuses. Number 4, harnessing MSU Systemness and focusing on comparative advantages and rationalization of academic programs. Harnessing Systemness shall be addressed through the following agenda, among others: review the MSU Charter and actively campaign for needed charter change. Codify all BOR resolutions. Harmonize our organizational structure. Develop joint programs and activities. Streamlining of organization by clearing it of superfluous and duplicate office roles and functions. Clear delineation of functions of system and Marawi campus officials. Develop manuals or handbooks on research, extension, and instruction for system-wide use. coordinate the activities, programs, and initiatives of constituent campuses to create synergy and make MSU system more powerful, relevant, and have meaningful impact on the accomplishment of the institution's mandate. Build up vibrancy of individual campuses by focusing on comparative advantage and affirming their context-driven unique missions. Focus on smart growth by coordinating work of campuses to improve access, control costs, and enhance productivity across the system. Fifth, more aggressively move forward internationalization and strategic linkages. Strengthening MSU and notch up its academic reputation by branding that starts with firmly establishing its presence in the BARM, in the country, and in the international arena. Invite international students and indigenous peoples to enroll in MSU campuses to increase student diversity and promote multiculturalism. Encourage faculty of both local and international universities to teach or collaborate in the academic pursuits of MSU campuses to further diffuse knowledge transfer, networking, and sharing of technical skills. Build cohesive network and linkages with relevant institutions, LGUs, IOs, CSOs toward a synchronized approach to current challenges. Promote throughout the MSU system public-private partnership that are productive of endowments to fill the financing and investment gaps faced by campuses. Develop dual degree programs with institutional partners abroad and strengthen international academic networks. 6. Serve as beacon for preservation of cultural heritage. Establish cultural showcase and lead in the celebration of the rich and unique cultural heritage of the Mindanaoans and the Bangsamoro. Support programs and projects promoting and preserving native cultural heritage, as well as partner and collaborate with local and international institutions on initiatives involving preservation and promotion of cultural heritage. And actively involve communities as the prime stakeholders in the cultural heritage preservation effort. Example, intergenerational transmission of living traditions to instill in present and future generations pride in the cultural heritage and help in ensuring vitality of assimilable, cherished traditions. 7. Improve human resource administration and enhance processes for greater effectiveness and efficient delivery of service. Institute effective and efficient professional workforce and administration of services through innovative and technological means or solutions across campuses of the MSU system. Capacitate through training non-academic staff and support personnel to become more competent, effective, and efficient in the performance of their work. Conduct lectures, seminars, or group sessions to improve organizational climate, attitudes, and behavior by inculcating shared ethical values, the necessity of upholding integrity in the service, and commitment to the institution's VMGO. Streamline processes and the bureaucracy, remove red tape, and simplify, facilitate, and expedite all transactions. 8. Intensify income-generating activities through ventures that will yield income to the university. Improve management and ensure proper use of financial and material resources or assets, and strictly observe prudence and reasonable financial and administrative controls or measures to curtail unnecessary expenses and prevent resource loss. 9. Malapit na to. Infrastructure development and use by allocation and utilization of university buildings, plant, and facilities in a manner that yields maximum gain to the university in its pursuit of its mandate. Capitalize on friendly relations or partnerships forged with various agencies, foundations, and or universities, and seek donations for further infrastructure projects and repair or refurbishing of decrepit buildings. 10. The last of my 10-point agenda. Implementation of land use plan. Resolve land controversies and secure or reclaim land of MSU system through acquisition titles and actual possession of all real estate property of every campus. Seek out donations in the form of land and or capital investment from benevolent donors from both the public and private sectors for the realization of the LUDIP plan, which may be enhanced to reflect current needs and priorities of every campus. To recapitulate, the past is prelude, a cache of lessons and a log of accomplishments made by previous administrations on which the present leadership can draw and build or capitalize upon. This is what I assured the commissioners of the Bangsamoro Cultural Heritage Preservation Commission when they came to discuss the memorandum of agreement that they are keen on entering into the Mindanao State University. It will be one of my guiding principles. Hence, on my watch as the 8th MSU System President, there will be continuity. However, sharp breaks where necessary and warranted shall not be precluded. Some practices might have to be changed in the best interest of the university. Change, the only constant in our world, may necessitate a paradigm shift. For example, the pandemic has forced a shift from the face-to-face mode to online or distance education. as Toffler in Future Shock warned, who pulled up stakes, left their settlement and migrated to a remote place in Peru. When asked the reason for the radical decision, their answer was, "We got tired of moving our wagons to the side of the road to let the cars go by." I can only imagine how old-fashioned teachers who lack technology savvy and call themselves Jurassic have been managing in the last 2 years. There are powerful forces at work in our world. In these times of rapid and prodigious change, the move toward global integration, for example, students move across borders to attend universities in the US or Europe, or in developed Asian countries like Japan and Singapore. We want to see the MSU in that loop. As mentioned in my 10-point agenda, we intend to lure students from different parts of the world to study in the Mindanao State University to increase diversity and add spurs and edge to the multiculturalism. We have numerous MOUs and MOAs waiting to be implemented. We continue to periodically review and revise our curricula to stave off obsolescence and make this responsive and relevant to the current needs. The frontiers of knowledge continually shift. However, we remain guided by a holistic perspective. Offering specialized programs should not spell abandonment of our goal of educating the whole man. We should be more heedful of the caveat of some philosopher. While we recognize the fact that good scientific and technical education are crucially important to the success of nations in this globalized, technology-driven world, other abilities equally crucial are at risk of getting lost in the competitive flurry. Abilities associated with the humanities and the art are also vital both to the health of individual nations and to the creation of a decent world order. These include the ability to think critically, to transcend local loyalties, and approach international problems as citizens of the world. A holistic or liberal education cultivates in men abilities like sympathy, empathy, and compassion, and values such as reverence for life, respect for others, and their rights, and desire for justice, peace, and harmony, and tolerance that give the stability to man's being, and help maintain in the moral, spiritual moorings. These values reinforced in various courses such as the fundamentals of peace education must be ingrained in the young to make a better, kinder, and safer world realizable. This place on earth where we are standing now cannot be more blessed. We have the Lake Lanao, which is the source of hydroelectric power for the greater part of Mindanao. We have the Mindanao State University, a veritable mine that produces the manpower needs of the region. It also generates knowledge and innovations for the benefit of the community while it preserves what is significant, meaningful, and enduring in our cultures. Our people must fully appreciate the importance of the Mindanao State University not only as an academic institution, but also as a catalyst of change. How it has impacted the lives of thousands of individuals, molding them into positive forces for meaningful change, transform the lives of their families, and by extension, of whole communities. It will continue to leverage such transformation by God's grace because God favors our endeavor. And with the help of the community, at this point, let me quote two great advocates of education. Mandela affirmed, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can get used to change the world." And Nobel laureate Amartya Sen, an economist, conducted studies of commendably performing countries and found a common denominator which accounts for their progress or success. A strong emphasis on strengthening the educational system. And this is just what we must and will do for the Mindanao State University so that it will remain the field of dreams of the Minsupala youth. With your continuing support and that of the allies and friends of the Mindanao State University, and with a more close-knit, stronger MSU system held together by a singleness of spirit, this pledge and my 10-point agenda to ensure the robust growth of MSU system will not remain a paper pledge. Thank you and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, another resounding round of applause to the 8th President of the MSU System, SULUTAN Attorney Basari D, Mapupuno. Congratulations.